well, instead of feeling fully dejected, I'm only partially dejected. Well, let's firstly address this. One of my friends, actually, called Daniel, who you've seen on YouTube in the past in my videos, basically, he got spoken to by someone who basically asked you a friend of ours, and apparently said, can you help me stop crawling up methane and Donald's arse? Right, I'm just going to very quickly respond to that. If you feel that way, fair enough. I have been very pro Donald Method, but I do believe for the right reasons. I'm not saying they're perfect, and you would have known that if you'd gone and watched through a majority of my videos. There would have been times to say, no, they're not perfect. I have criticised them. I criticise them almost every window, to be honest. But if you feel that way, fair enough. Like, I'm not going to slag you off or anything. It's all about opinions. I like to think it's because I haven't got short memories. However, I do agree that they do need to they need to go out and, well, one thing I will give them stick for, if they don't bother to go out in January and get the players that we need, which leads me on to the game. In patches, the effort was there. In patches, it was kind of there-ish. There were times where we tried to go forward and we tried to, put crosses into the box and try to do things going forward, but the quality to an extent just wasn't there. And I do still, and even though I don't think the squad is top 2 standards, nowhere near close to it now, I do still believe that squad of players should be competing for the top 6. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with it, fair enough, but the moment I say this isn't good enough is in my head is me accepting failure, and I don't think that that's right. We shouldn't have to accept failure, even if people think we're rubbish, which today we were going forward. And even then, at 1-0 down, I just thought I could not be bothered with it. I really couldn't. And this reaction almost had the same feeling as the Lincoln one, where I was even debating whether to bother doing one, to be honest. I really found it difficult to get up for coming on here and talking on YouTube. Yeah, again, saying the same old things, but nevertheless, look, I'm partially dejected. That's the best way, as opposed to fully. And I do think that at times the effort was there, but I just felt, and by the way, I'm sorry, I'm actually going to go on to this point. Will Grigg for me has got to go in January. I think I've lost total patience with Will Grigg. I'd actually had the optimistic mindset that if we'd got players in January with a bit of pace, because I've said in January I think we need a right back who can defend. I know people like Conor McGowan, fair enough, but I don't think he's good enough. I've said it. I'm not going to bore people with that again. A creative midfielder, preferably with a bit of pace. A winger with like Van Aanholt level pace, and I think we need a striker, preferably with pace, but someone who can actually score goals. Because I've lost patience with Grigg now. I'm sorry. It's it's getting to the point where it's ridiculous now. With his pedigree, half the chances he's been getting, and granted he hasn't been getting many of them, but he should be putting them away. And today I don't think he battled hard enough. I don't think he showed enough desire to be there. I know everyone keeps going on about Josh Madger and saying, well, if we had a Madger there, we could have won the game. Possibly, yeah, maybe. But at the end of the day, Madger showed no desire to stay. If he wanted to stay, he would have signed the contract. I don't have any sympathy with him. And even so, and by the way, another point that I don't have any sympathy for the players with is if they're saying, oh, well, we don't want Parkinson here, we're not very happy with Parkinson. Well, you should have played better under Ross then, shouldn't you? It's your own stupid fault for getting him sacked. It's your own stupid fault for not playing for him when you had the chance. I've rambled on enough. Like I said, partial dejection as opposed to full dejection. I'm relieved we didn't get beat, but Tuesday is massive. Every game is massive at this point, but we've got to see better than that on Tuesday. I'll leave you there, guys. How are the lads and all that malarkey? Bye.